Hey folks, in this video number 13, I would like to say a few words about the axis to axis icon that you see in the 3D Experiences CATIA geometric shape design application. Here is the icon, looks like that, axis to axis, and in fact, the help description in the program is not bad. I'll put it here, but I will do that in the context of an example in a minute. So when you go to the generative shape design and you select the transform tab, you will see that the axis system is one of the things in that if you want sub toolbar, you can see that axis to axis. And when you click on it, you get a very relatively simple dialog box to complete, which looks like that. And I'll do an example in a minute. Now, this axis to axis also appears in the part design application, again under the transform tab. This is in part design, transform tab, and axis to axis is one of the things. However, when you try to do that, it'll give you some message, a question, and then it's a little bit different from what you see in the generative shape design. So first I do it in generative shape design, and then we come back and do that in the context of part. Okay, dimensions don't matter here, so I'm going to go to generative shape design right there, and I'm going to create two axis systems. And in order to do that, I will do it at two different locations. So let me create 2 points first, and you'll see why I do that. So let me create 2 points on the wireframe. Point. Okay, and let me put some coordinates here. So maybe x of 100, y of 200. These numbers don't mean anything. Just leave it the way it is. Here we are. And I also do, let me actually create my coordinate system here, axis system. So you go to essentials, axis system. There is the point, and then we say, okay. Notice that the global coordinate system 000 is over there. But this axis system that I've created is at the first point that I've created there. The global coordinates is at the origin, which is over there. Now, let me create another point. Another point. Oh, cancel that. Notice that this is solid, and what that means is that this is the active system. So if you create a point with given x, y, z, it's going to do it with respect to this because this is now the active system. So put the cursor there, right click, and go and make this thing. What is that? Not set as not current. See that? Set as not current. Set as not current. This becomes dashed, and what that means is that, okay, it didn't work out. Let's try it again. Set as not active. Notice that it becomes dash. When it's becoming dash. If you have an x, y, z, it's with respect to global, not with respect to this. So let's create a point here. And I'm going to do that. For example, let me go for y, I'll make 100 there. And for x, I make a minus 100. And for z, I'll make it 50. Okay. And then I create an axis system at that point, with that origin at that point. So we select this point, and there we are. And we say, okay, by the way, I don't want this thing to be set as current. So once again, I go and make it set is not current. Good. Now, the only thing is that I would like this thing to be kind of arbitrary orientation. So it's easy. You put the cursor, you double click on it, and change that to Euler angle. See that? This is what it is right now. Go to Euler angle and put angles that you want to rotate this, put it on an arbitrary orientation. Arbitrary. You see why I did that. I didn't want everything to be lined up with the global XYZ. This is already global, aligned with global XYZ because I didn't rotate it. But anyway, this neither one of these are the global XYZ. Global XYZ is at the origin, aligned with the robot, robot directions. Good. So let us go and make some stuff in this coordinate system. So I select, for example, let's say I select this plane, and I say okay, or go to that sketch and draw something. Maybe draw a line like that. Exit, 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 and then pad it on the surface. For example, I select this, and pad meaning extrude, of course. That's what I mean. And there. So I created a surface in that coordinate system. All right. Let's do another one. For example, on this plane, I will sketch this time a circle, exit, and I'm going to go create a volume out of that. So pad this. There we are. So what I've done is I have created a surface and a volume in the coordinate system that I've described here. Okay, this one. Now, we go to transform. We go to axis, and look what it says. It says, okay, what is it that you want to take from one axis system to another axis? A couple of things you notice here is that you have to select the element, and if I select this, I won't be able to select that one. However, there is a little arrow here which says you can do multi-selection. So when you open it up, you can go and select this. So I've selected two things. All right. And now we're good with that. We go, what is the reference axis? This is the reference axis. And what is the target? So this is the target. So I want to put this stuff exactly in the same orientation as with respect to this coordinate system. So this is the target, and look at what happened. You see this? Everything that's here is repeated over there. And by the way, when it does that, it creates an you can go and delete stuff. For example, you can go to this line and delete this. See what happens? One of them was the volume, the other one was the surface. And let me undo that. Select this. If you want, you can delete it. And the surface is going to be gone. Okay? But undo it. Good. Now, and also notice that this is all done in a ordered geometrical set. Now, the same thing is available in part design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this. I'm going to start another file. Let me actually close this. You see what the difference is. So let me start with the part file. Part design. Very important design. So let me create, for example, again two points for you. So we go to essential. Here's a point. I'll make it 100. 100. There we are. This is one point. I create an axis system right up there. There we are. Then I create another point. Now cancel that. Remember, this is now the current coordinate system. I don't want it, so I go there and say set as not current. Now it becomes dashed. Now I go and create another point. Make 100 here. I'll make this thing negative. And I say okay. So it created a point over there. I'm going to create an axis system with this center. And then I'm going to rotate it, Euler angle, so that it becomes kind of arbitrary orientation. That's good. Now, again, set not as current. Okay. So I go to that plane and sketch something. For example, a circle, exit, and I'll pad it. And this is not a volume. This is in part design. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go to, let's do also another one. For example, this plane, I'll do a rectangle. But if I did a circle, I won't be, not a surface, I won't be able to uh, use this to basically move it. But let me make another object like that. Good. So these are made in that coordinate system because I selected the reference plane down here. Now axis to axis. Okay, so yeah, that's not what I wanted. We go to transform tab, axis to axis. This is the comment that I was talking about. It gives you a question, and I say yes. Okay, no problem. It says, what is the reference? Say this is the reference, and this is the target. And then say, okay. Notice that these two are gone from here. They're over there. In the case of this axis to axis icon for shape design, essentially duplicates were made. And also here, notice that there is no geometrical set. Whereas in shape design, there was an ordered geometrical set that was created. And I cannot delete one. Let's see if we can delete one of these. I don't think so. They're both going to go. Yeah. Okay, it's very useful, but you've got to be careful on what you want to do. And even if I had a surface here, created a surface here in shape design, this axis to axis will not be able to move that. That's it, folks.